A dusty trip is blowing up on Roblox, getting hundreds of thousands of players. But how do you play? How do you get ahead? Well, in this video, I will give you the top 5 tips to become a Dusty Trip Pro in the newest update. Tip 5. The player count. A Dusty Trip gives you the option to have up to 10 players to be teleported to the game. But what is better? More or less players? Well, the more players, the more chaotic and enjoyable the game is. But the more chance there is to mess up your vehicle or get stuck and die. The reason for this is that most players do not understand what you need to do to continue forward. For example, some people might leave the gas valve open so it all flows out, or putting a diesel engine in with gas. The chance of this increases dramatically the more players you have. But having more players could definitely help you out. For instance, the zombies in the game, mutants, might be guarding a building, so one player can distract while the other grabs what is needed from inside. So I would recommend having 2 to 4 players, ideally 3. For me though, I would only do it with more than 4, if you know who you are playing with and that you know that they are good and they know how to play the game. A common misconception of this tip is there is more cars with the more players you have. This is not true. You will only be able to have one of each car no matter what game passes you have. Don't forget to comment your experiences down below and tell me if you agree. Tip 4. Car or van? Car or van? Which is better? Well, the car is smaller and more maneuverable than the van, and easier to put together in the new update. But it burns through gas and diesel so fast, you sometimes can't even make it to the first stop to gas up the car. The van might be slower initially, but it holds its fuel so well that you can make it to over 10,000 meters on only the gas given at the start of the game. Guys, check out my other video. It was a bit of an infinite fuel glitch. But yeah. So this is why I would always recommend the van. Now onto space. A common myth that people believe is that the van holds a lot more space than the car. But this isn't true. They hold the exact amount of space because of the weight. Which brings us to tip 3. Did you guys know that? Comment your answer. Tip 3. Weight. This is the part that majority of people go wrong. Weight is a thing which is commonly a misconception of people thinking that it is a glitch. But when you have too many items attached to your car or van, it will make it slower, regardless of what type of vehicle it is. This is because of something called torque. Torque is what causes a vehicle's tires to rotate or move. So if there was no torque, the tires wouldn't move or go really slowly in this instance. The engine that is in the starting area is made for the little car, not the van. So the engine isn't powerful enough to be able to pull more items on the van, but the same as the smaller car. This is why the van is a bit slower to start off with. So you always want to be careful not to exceed the limit of items that the car/van will have a lot less acceleration. Now there isn't a way to tell what is the limit, but you can tell by the feeling of the car and how long it takes to get up to higher speeds. Tip 2. Gas, diesel, water and oil. Gas, diesel, water and oil don't all go in the normal car petrol tank, nor with the van. They all go in different spots, and even the slightest amount of like 0.2 litres will stop the car from working until the wrong liquid is taken out of the car. So where's the dirt go? Water will always go in the radiator, located at the front of the car and van. Just like the oil always goes in the engine, which is located in the car at the front and in the van in the centre pocket. Don't forget to always take off the cap of the engine or radiator to put the oil and water in and to close it afterwards so that it doesn't flow out. You do this by pressing E or tapping on iPad or tablet. Now the gas and diesel. Well, the starter engine can only take gas, which is the main engine, and the second most common engine will also take gas. But the V8 only takes diesel. Any wrong liquid in your car, it will not be working anytime soon. But how to check? The difference between gas, diesel, water, oil is on the cap they are in, of the can they are in, By hovering over it, you can always tell which is which. But what if you make a mistake? Can you revert it? Yes, you can. By purposely making the liquid flow out, it will take away the wrong gas, diesel, water, or oil with it, but also the correct liquid too. It saves you having to reset though. Tip 1. Disasters. Disasters are very dangerous. These disasters include sandstorms, heat waves, lightning storms, eclipses, and tornadoes. These all have their unique ability to kill you. For example, the sandstorm will always blow towards you, which slows down your car. And if you are outside, the flying objects will kill you in short time. The heat waves cause you to lose hunger at a times 2 rate, which can be deadly if you do not have food on you at the time of the heat wave happens. So try not to move as much or sit in your car so you can't lose more energy than needed. Lightning storms. These are the most annoying disaster by far, because the lightning will always hit near where you are, and if you're standing still, it's going to send you to the heavens much quicker than expected. So try to move around to avoid them hitting you, but that isn't all at stake. Also your car. If your vehicle gets hit, 90% of the car will fall off and fall apart. So you will have to be repairing it during the storm, which hides the chance of you dying. Also be aware that if your car gets hit 3 times without cleaning, the rust will be permanently destroyed, which is why you should bring a window wiper to clean the rust to reset that amount. The eclipse is where during the day it turns pitch black. This is very bad weather to be driving in even with headlights, and if you look to the moon, you'll be hit with a sword and slowly be killed. Lastly, the tornado will rip through your destination, and if it comes close enough to you, it will suck you up into the air, most likely flip your car. And a common misconception about this disaster is the heat wave and the eclipse. They're two very different things. A lot of people think that they're the same thing, but they're very not. They're two very different things. Well guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I did. Comment your experiences and opinions down in the comment section. And thank you all for watching. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye!